Hello there everyone and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today we're going to be creating our own layering stencils using some layering dies. The layering dies that I am going to be using are the Crafter Flower Anemone. I'm then going to be taking a piece of masking paper and I'm turning this over so the pretty masking kind of paper colours and the pretty images are on the back side, and I'm going to be die cutting all of the images from the die set from the top, so the bits that's plain. I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine. I have added a little bit of tape to each of them to stop them moving around, and I've tried to keep them away from each other so when I do stencil through these, I don't go through the other open areas. So first off, for the base of the flowers, I am going to be using the Mountain Mist ink. So I'm just going to pop that into place onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card panel and just ink through that. Now I want to be able to kind of ink over this without inking the image. So I am using some of that masking paper that we've just cut directly over the kind of layer that we've popped down. So once I've done that, I can then add some leaves around it, and I am using the Firefly ink for that. And I'm also going to add the same flower next to that one. And I did use the bottom of the masking paper for that. I just added a little bit of tape. The Altenew tape runner is perfect for this. Took a little bit of the sticky off and then popped that over the second flower there. So as you can see, I'm kind of just building up this background. I do kind of start from kind of a central area. I don't necessarily put it right in the center because I feel that it kind of takes too much attention straight from the eye that way. So if you kind of go off center and then start from there and then kind of build your background from that, kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, filling in the empty spaces as you go. So again, I am using the Mountain Mist for all of the base layers of the flowers and then the Firefly for the base layer of the leaves. So once I've done that, I'm then going to move on to the second layer of all of the leaves. All of the flowers are kind of already covered and masked with the masks that we had already cut. So I'm just going to pop that into place, and I'm then just going to take a blending tool and ink over them. So for this second layer of the leaves, I am using the Grass Field ink. It's a really beautiful, kind of like a primary color green, this color. So I'm going to pop that down, and then I'm just going to take the third layer. Now I did want to take the backing off this because we do have so many kind of fiddly areas. So the masking paper is going to stick down into place and it's not going to move those little fiddly pieces around. So for this one, I am just going to be using the Shadow Creek. So I'm just going to line that up on each of the leaves and then just ink over it using my little ink blending tool and then the Shadow Creek ink. As you can tell, because I have all of the little masks all on the flowers, none of this ink that I do pop over the top is going to go through. This masking paper is fabulous and it works really, really well. So I'm just going to keep going until I have all of those leaves done, and then I remove the masks over the flowers and then I can start to work on those. Now I am moving all of them bar this one, reason being this flower has something behind it, so I need to keep that masked. So I'm going to work on this one first. For the second layer of this flower, I did use the Volcano Lake ink, and then I used the beautiful Lagoon. If your masking paper does stick, I tend to use a little bit of heat from my heat tool. That will kind of melt the adhesive, so it's going to be easily removed from your project without leaving any marks. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of the 5 flowers that I have on here with the same colors. So for the second layer of all of the flowers, I will be using that Volcano Lake color. And then once that's done, I can then move on to the third layer. Again, I am kind of removing the backing of this one because it is quite fiddly. So I am going to pop that into place, and then I am going to be using the Lagoon to add the last layer on all of these flowers around the edge here. So once I have done that, I can then move on to the flower centers. So I'm just going to pop them in place, and I am using the charcoal soot to add those in. I did need a number of extra masks because I've decided to kind of blend the background a little bit. So I'm just going to cut the extra masks again from the Altenew masking paper. It is my favorite masking paper. And I'm then just going to add all of the images all over the tops of the ones that we've just stenciled in. So you are going to need enough masks to add onto each of them. If you wanted to, you can use both parts of these masks. So just add a little bit of tape behind the bit that's not sticky and then add that over as well, but that's completely up to you. Once they're all nicely in place, I did stick them down quite well. I'm then going to take some of the Galactic Stream ink and I'm just going to go over the whole background with this. To add a little bit more interest to this background, I'm going to use the Iridescent spray to add a little bit of ink splattering around there and a little bit of mist too. I did spray that a little bit. And I've also added some gold splatters using the antique gold. Once that's done, I can remove all of these elements, and then we can see those beautiful florals popping through that background. Once that's done, I'm going to be taking the Many Thanks stamp set, and I'm going to be stamping this onto some jet black cardstock. I am using some anti-static powder just to stop things sticking where I don't want them. I'm going to ink up my sentiment using some of the embossing ink from Altenew, take some of the pure white embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat set that using my heat tool. I'm just going to trim this to size just using my guillotine, and I'm then going to take a piece of pattern paper from the Essential Black and White collection, and I'm also going to trim that to size as well. So I'm just going to cut those. I'm going to place these on top of each other. So I'm just going to add a little bit of an angle to the edge of these. It's easier to do these when they are nicely lined up. So that means that the angle is going to be correct on both of the pieces. So you don't have to do one and then do the other ones afterwards. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue behind the sentiment piece so I can adhere this down to the little pattern paper that we have there. I'm just using my cutting mat behind me just to kind of make sure that these are nice and straight. All I need to do now is put the card together. So I'm going to add this onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base, and I've just used some glue tape for that. I'm then going to pop the sentiment into place using some foam tape and cut off the overhanging edge. So here is the card complete. I really do hope that you like the card and that you've enjoyed the video with the techniques as well. So if you do make a card that was inspired by this, it'd be great if you do share because we'd love to see. Thank you so much for watching everyone, and we'll see you again really soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.